Okay, Charlie, do we have the camera ready?
Yes, boss.
And are we good on film?
Yes, boss.
Okay, then, let's go ahead and let's do this thing. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Livestream In Review. I am Zerul. I'll be your conductor for today's train wreck of an episode. Today, we're going to go ahead and go over the recent live stream that took effect on this past Friday, covering what was done in both Feed the Beast and Vanilla Minecraft. So sit back and let's go ahead and jump into this. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to address before we got too much into this is I wanted to give a little bit of an erratum here, an important update to the automatic crafting or the automatic fuel system here for our steam boilers. I have determined through multiple trial and error that there is a slight flaw with this. It's not something that can't be overcome. It probably would affect more of a single-player world than a multiplayer world. But basically, after the world has been after the chunks have been unloaded and reloaded, or either that or after the world has been unloaded and reloaded, the magic fabricator you see behind me on the right there, it stops outputting items. You have to open it back up again, and only then will it start outputting items again. So you notice we've had this going along for a while, and we've not had any flashes from the crystal pillars there to suck up any deficit. So let's go ahead and show you what I mean here. Now, I have changed over to using coal. Coal actually has a little bit less efficiency. It doesn't give you as much heat per unit of essence. You end up getting, instead of like 20 units of heat per essence, you get about 13.33, etc. But in this case here, especially for this purpose, if something happens and this gets unloaded, it lasts a lot longer. Instead of lasting 4 ticks, it lasts 405 ticks. So, but just to show what I mean, so here is the coal. We are still actually producing more coal than we're burning, which is the important thing. We open this up to show the UMeta recipe, just like that. And now you see that it's now starting to pulse. So that tells us that it's now working again and coal is being produced. So same thing over here. Come in, boom. It's now active again. There we go. There's probably another way to do this. You might be able to do this with some kind of automatic block updater. Or actually, maybe not, because this is actually putting a redstone signal in there. But, you know what? Let's just empty that of coal. If these are filling up all the way, we can always do other things with the coal. And let's put our helmet back on. Yeah. Oh, nope. Like that. There we go. Good enough. We still have stacks and stacks and stacks of the stuff, so we're good. And this way we have plenty of other things we can use with coal. Let's go ahead and head... Whoa, wrong way. Okay. Let's go back to our base real quick. One of the minor things we did get accomplished is that we went ahead and changed over to using a induction furnace. Now, this can be overclocked, but the way this works is that as long as it's got power going to it with the redstone signal applied, that's the lever, it keeps building up heat, and then once a sufficient level of heat has been reached, in fact, let's macerate some more coal. Yeah, we'll do that in a moment here. Then it will start just cranking along here. It does not accept inputs from a hopper, but it does accept inputs from a chute, which itself can be fed by a hopper, which can have a chest on top. So this is the way I got around this feeding issue. Should show you how these are made. The chute is very simple. This is the hopper from the previous edition. Chest, stone gear, and iron. It outputs very quickly, but it doesn't have the same benefits the vanilla hopper has. Where is this? The induction furnace is an advanced iron machine block, electric furnace, and copper, so it's actually not difficult to make. Let's go ahead and head over here and drop some of this in the furnace up top. And like that. This will keep us in plenty of coal coke. Good. That should be perfect for our needs. The other thing is that this does use up more power, especially when you're burning it up initially. That I had to actually go through. We had a power again. Yeah, we're out of power again. Why is that not inputting into the mass fabricator? This is getting power, and that's getting power. Why is that not getting power? Very strange. Oh well, I'll deal with that at a later point. Very, very odd. Oh well, neither here nor there. But in order to get enough power going, I did this in the off camera there, but I went ahead and built some more of these. I got some more patterns running out. I did build some more solar panels here. The big two things that we end up getting accomplished here. The first was we started getting a bit of oil production going on. So we have this little section out here, which at the moment has now been emptied, but we got quite a large amount of oil out of this. This is chunk loaded with a chunk loader up there. This is a liquid tesseract. This is a pump. And we're using an energy tesseract to feed it, and a book to go back and forth. Now, to give you an idea of how much oil that there was in here, this was pretty much all filled. Now, it got down here and I ended up having a lot of water. Hey, monsters. So I don't know why. I can't tell. This should be oil, but it's not sucking it up anymore. So I'm guessing that it's all something to do with the very bottom there, and there's probably somewhere source block for the oil, but I don't know. Anyhow, I've been trying to. I end up having to do quite a bit of work to get any more oil pumped out. There is also a problem that I ran across when it comes to doing oil drilling out here in the ocean. And that's eventually you'll run across water, which clogs up your pipes. Now, let me go and show you the oil processing we've got going out here. Hey, Charlie. Okay, so we've got. This is what we built during the live stream. We've got two tanks. We've got an oil tank here, which currently is maxed out with 10,000 buckets of oil. We've got a series of refineries. Right now, I've only got one running because I don't have the power generation to run all these simultaneously. I actually get less fuel produced, but I've got another maximum size tank over here, iron tank, that's just getting the fuel. But what I've got over here, here we go. So over here on the side is where the input is. And what I've done is I've got the output coming from the tesseract going into a liquid router. Liquid router is another Mine Factory Reloaded block, and basically it lets you take liquids and route them to the sides, in this case based off of color. So if you see in this case, any oil gets routed up the red side, water gets going to yellow, which goes into a waterproof void pipe, basically voiding the water from the world. So I do recommend putting that one simple little change in there. That will really be helpful in getting rid of any water problems. The other thing that nope, wrong way. Getting lost in my own place. That we got accomplished here in Feed the Beast was we did a little bit down here. These are a series of worlds. I've went through the first 5 of them, and there's not a whole lot in them, but they were interesting to view. So let's go ahead and jump into here real quick. Here we've got a world. Call me Quinn. That was an interesting achievement there. This kind of flat. Bring the map out. And I mean, none of the worlds that I ran across really stood out for me there. Or at least the first 5 didn't stand out. These worlds weren't anything special. Basically, you combine a linking panel with a piece of leather in a book binder, and you get a descriptive book, which turns into a world. This is our book binder, and I don't think I have any more. Oop. Linking book. No extra linking panels, which I'll have to go through and make some of those. Yeah. Actually, I've got some ink. So, actually, I need ink vials there. Alright, I am missing something here. Oh, water bottle. So, really convenient that. So, I think I demonstrated this previously, but ink, and ink. We throw these in here, and with paper, you can now get linking panels. You combine in a book binder linking panels and leather, and you get descriptive books. Page 9, 10, and 11. And then if we go back down here, actually, do I have any more? Yeah, let's do this. Alright. I've been using book stands down there. So you put plank, stick, and you get a book stand. The book stands will keep the books that you create safe without them potentially breaking. Books that are just sort of left out in the middle of nowhere, they do take damage over time. So you put them on a lectern or a book stand, and they will not take damage just simply due to the environment. Break you. What? Oh, come on. There we go. Try that again. Plop. Okay, whatever. So we got a few worlds that we had put together. Haven't explored them all. Some of these were really weird. This was an underground area with just a whole bunch of dirt. But I am going to be doing some more exploring of worlds to see if I can find anything interesting. Once I can start finding libraries, I can start getting some pages. I do need to move the quarry, which I'll end up doing before the next episode of Feed the Beast. I'm going to start working on an oil fabrication also, potentially, but at least I probably won't do that until oil runs out. Okay, so we're done here in Feed the Beast. Let's go ahead and jump over to Vanilla. This Livestream review is brought to you by the New Oil Power and Energy, your only source for power and energy since 2013. Have you considered your energy needs lately? Nope. Have you looked at your energy bill and thought about ways to save money? Nope. Have you looked around for competition on your energy needs? Nope. Do you know why? Nope. That's because New Oil Energy and Power is the only source for power. Do you have any other choice? Nope.
This advertisement display here does not reflect the views of Livestream Review nor its owners. All claims are unfounded, unrefuted, and researched. We don't really care who funds the show as long as we get our money. If you have any problems, take it up with them.
And now, back to the show. Alright, here we are over in vanilla Minecraft, and there's basically two main things that we got accomplished here on the episode last Friday's live stream. Let's go ahead and head down to the spawning area first, where the zombies are at, and I'll show you what we did down there. Alright, here we are down in the zombie farm, and I'm in what I'm now calling the Alchemy Room. Now, I showed this off a little bit before, but behind me to the left is a simple box that is kind of a disposal area. Anything you throw in there, while using the same method of an elevator, it'll just throw stuff into a little bit of lava below. Although I think that's causing this carpets to get burnt down. I just happened to notice that. The big thing is this here. Now, what I've got is an alchemy station going. This is pretty straightforward. I've got a series of... The ingredients are going to go at top. In this case, nether wart. This would be gas tears, melons, redstone, gunpowder. Let's pull these melons out and throw these in here, for example. These feed into a hopper here, which in turn feeds down here. Oh, that's right. This is glistering melon, not regular melon. But I did bring some gold with me to make this up. So let's do this real quick. And like that. 13 more melons. Glistering melons. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, well, Zerul, why are you using melons? Well, melons... Well, let's start over here. So, with alchemy, the first thing you do is you take a series of water bottles, and you throw a nether wart in them to get that. Now, back here, this is where we throw in additional bottles of stuff. So, we're going to throw in the awkward potions here. It'll go into that hopper, which in turn will feed into here. We'll get a glistering melon applied to it, and it'll turn these awkward potions into health potions. Now, let's get these pulled out here. Instant health. Okay. Now, from instant health, what we do is we go over here, and we throw it into the area with gunpowders, and it turns into a splash potion. So, 1, 2, 3 splash potions. See, 1 gunpowder will turn these 3 into splash potions of healing. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because zombies take damage from healing potions. So what you can do as an example here, you get them almost dead, and it's more effective if you have a lot more zombies, but they get almost dead, then you go, ha! Health. Die. Get your experience. So no more swinging around and beating yourself up using just a bunch of swords. You just use a little health potion. So it's pretty cool. Now we can go down here and use this for pretty much anything we want to make. But at the moment, the only thing that I have real need for is these splash potions. And you can use other things, redstone, glowstone. I'll need to add some more to the chain here, but that's neither here nor now. Let's go ahead and head back up top, and I'll show you the next thing that we got finished up on the live stream. And here it is. So, if you look behind me, you'll see a few chests. And if you look above me, you'll see a few chests. And if you look even higher, you'll see a few chests. What I've started doing is I've started putting together a item sorting location there. It's not automated. This is going to be my first generation item farm here, and it's just basically, or not item farm, but item sorting, and it's just basically a bunch of boxes. I don't have enough iron at the moment to do all the boxes the way I need. Got plenty of wood, but I don't have the iron that I need. So this is going to be an ongoing project. I probably won't do a whole lot more until I can get the iron farm running. But the general idea is just simply, I plan on ultimately getting this rearranged and having each chest have a single item, a single type of item. At the moment, I'm kind of grouping them together, like this is the stuff made from cobblestone, this is cobblestone, this is gravel, this is stuff made from smooth stone, and so forth. And this is my overflow chest of stuff that I don't need to worry about yet. But it's a really straightforward design. I've got a 3x3, so 9 here with a separator. These serve no purpose except to break it up a little bit and make it look a little more interesting. I do have this section here. This is completely dark intentionally. It's got slabs running all the way back, and it's using the lighting glitch as a visual effect, which I think looks all right. Now, the one thing that I did discover, it's kind of obvious, even not in hindsight, but I chose the initial layout of this place intentionally to mimic the outside, the way that the sand area, the sand flats that I had dug up looked. We just built this around the edge of the sand. But it doesn't make for very good-looking things like storage and stuff. So at the moment, I've sort of straightened this out here, building this up, for instance, like that. I will probably end up getting this extended and maybe doing some more and more stuff along the walls. But I will almost certainly have to go through and cut sections of this out and make it more flat and straightened for this to work properly. So that'll be an ongoing project, but for the time being, I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks really well. Each section here, it's identical, with the exception being the very, very top, which is a couple of blocks short from being identical, but I just sort of tie that into the rest with tying it into these slabs here like this. But that is pretty much all that we really got accomplished on the live stream this week. Still have not finished up the golem farm. That is on the to-do list. I should have that finished up by the week's out. Does look glorious, though, I think. At this point, I think we should be pretty much good to go. Right now, if you have any suggestions about anything, leave them in the comments there. I will be naming things. As I had mentioned previously, I will be putting some names down on at least one horse and one dog. So if you have any suggestions for names for some pets, please leave them in the comments. If you enjoyed this and want to interact with me live, check me out on twitch.tv/QuantumZerul every Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, assuming that life doesn't interject. And I will see you all on the next episode. Have a great day, everyone.